this is your friend Robato once again. We're gonna talk about Miss Universe. Oh my god, this is it. This is the culmination of all these sleepless nights and bura-bura guri-guri changes on my list, and my magic book is gonna rest right after tonight because no, it will rest right after the show itself, the grand coronation of the new Miss Universe for 2022. Oh my god. I have here 23 names. So, in short, I have 7 dark horse. Now, let's begin with the dark horse candidates that might pull a surprise and attack the front runners. We have Chile. I've always liked Chile, and she gave a wonderful performance during the preliminary round. She looks like Sarah Jessica Parker. Sorry, I thought it was Brazil, but upon seeing all the candidates, I have finally realized that it was Chile who looks like Sarah Jessica Parker of Sex and the City. So she was very charming. She was just playing on stage, and I like that. You know, in the swimsuit round, we have Guatemala. Guatemala is like a virgin personified. She looks pure and elegant, but it's too pure for me that I didn't see her anymore. You know that you were blinded by a halo covering her whole body? Sort of that. She's so white. You know, the pure white skin overpowers her whole being. And India, actually I changed. India was in my top 16, but I reviewed Jamaica's performance and I was torn between the two. It took me 2 reviews before I finally made my decision to put India on the dark horse and insert Jamaica into my Magic 16. So there's no surprise already. Jamaica is part of my top 16. Paraguay, Miss Paraguay is totally out of my list, but she might also give a surprise. So both of them, Peru and Paraguay, were both sexy bodies on stage. It's pure and simple, just like that. So you didn't see power, you didn't see a candidate fighting to earn a spot at the semifinals. They're just there showing their beauty, their sexiness. They couldn't smile in full, which is very much required in the beauty pageant. Their smiles are like this. It's only here, as if there's a boundary, you see? Of course they're beautiful. It's only here. They can't, they can't do a wide smile. And when their turn is finished, when they were about to exit, that's the moment that they smile, in full. So that's how we call a waste of smile. But it can never be denied that they did wonderful passerellas, great hair, and great faces. Ukraine, well, for political reasons, she might be there. Bahrain, beautiful. The diversity thing is waving at the Board of Judges. So I hope she makes it. There is a Pinoy connection. She has a Pinoy cousin. I think Dwight, a basketball player. I'm not into basketball, so I really don't know that guy, but I remember the name Dwight Ramos. She'd been to the Philippines. Her gowns are designed by Filipino designers, and the organizer of the pageant is Pinoy. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's basically handled by Pinoys. Italy faded during the preliminary competition. I didn't see the Italy that was very strong whenever she comes out of any event, whenever she graces any event. And also her look, she was my number 1 pick for the headshots, remember? So they were all gone. I don't know what happened. I wanted her to win. I want her to be included at least in the top 16. Especially she's a roommate of the Philippines. India is wonderful, and I'm so expecting that she would give a headache to the other candidates if ever she enters the top five. But even though she gave a fairly good performance, it paled in comparison with other candidates' performances. But I think she would be in the top 16. But let's give another spot to Jamaica, who was very stunning in her gown. Alright, so let's now go to top 16 in random order. Are you ready? Okay. Here are the top 16 on Miss Universe 2022. Netherlands, USA, Cambodia, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Philippines, Angola, Dominican Republic, Spain, Mexico, Jamaica, Curacao, Australia, Thailand, Aruba, and we have one more spot left, and that is for Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, there you are, our top 16. Oh my God. Let me mention first my top performers during the preliminary round. There is Curacao, Dominican Republic, USA, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, Philippines, Puerto Rico, Aruba, and Thailand. They were very strong during the preliminary rounds in swimsuit and in gown. Scores combined. Now, we don't know anything behind closed doors of the interview. So all we need to do is guess which is supposed to be supported by statistics, by research, by their photos, by their videos, by the instinct, So my winner is the result of all these components of a beauty pageant. So I hope Q&A is only 1% so that we could have at least 90% chance that all of them will make it through, but I don't know. Do you? Okay, before I give you my top 16, let's jump to the possible top 5. I have 4 sets here. So if the judges are looking for marketability, a face that could launch 1,000 ships or 1,000 fans, they might choose the following candidates. Philippines, of course. She's on top of that list, of this list. Because she has a strong base of fans. She could be a cover of any fashion magazines out there, Vogue, etc., etc. She is, for me, the face of Miss Universe 2022. And she has a good charisma. Thailand, she has a good story behind her. Now, we understand that her gown is made up of caps, I think. It was included in her gown to pay tribute to his parents. I think his father is a street sweeper and her mom is like a seller, correct me if I'm wrong. Plus the fact that she has one of the greatest transformations from their local competitions. Her wide mouth might do wonders. Remember the Miss Universe winners of the 90s and early 2000s or late 2000s. It's like Miss Venezuela 2000 or Miss Universe 2008. They must also include Italy or Spain to represent Europe, Mexico, and Venezuela in the Americas. Mexico is, wow, she is like movie superstar. Her peg is like that. And Venezuela, magnificent beauty. Okay, let's go to set 2, transformative leadership. I think this is their goal, to find someone who would epitomize leadership, strong leadership. And if you consider this one, we have 4, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, USA, and Venezuela. So when you look at them, they all show great confidence, authority. Their presence is felt wherever they go. I got this information from a YouTuber or a vlogger that in person, in a room full packed by all the candidates, she stands out. And she deals well with the people, with the press. She says hi here and there. She is okay for photo ops. She talks to some people. She approaches some of them once in a while. It's like that, so on and so forth. She's got a good PR, which is a great part of a good leadership. Plus, I think Curacao, let's put Curacao into this team. So this might be the top 5 if and only if the judges were informed or were oriented about about transformative leadership qualities that the owner is looking for a winner or for the winner. Now for the fresh start and diversity. So they might include Bahrain, Cambodia, Nigeria, Ukraine, and British Virgin Islands into the Magic 16 and then let them flourish and polish their performances until they reach top 5. And then during the top 5, there and then they would adjust so they could have a winner of diversity. Maybe. It's just a possibility. It might be far from reality, but it can be. Nothing is impossible in pageantry. For the Miss Universe-ish aura, of course, Philippines is there. She's not only for magazines, she's also ideal for cinema, for movies. With her looks. Oh my God, she's beautiful. Venezuela, tindig na lang is Miss Universe and Miss Universe na. She doesn't give so much effort to look like that, to stand out. It's natural, effortless. It is innate in her to stand out amidst all these gorgeous women with her. And whenever she comes out of stage, during the swimsuit round, it was a very simple performance. It's a plain good passerella. But you are mesmerized by her presence. When she came out, I was in awe of her. There and then, I began to like her. That's the very first time that I liked her, as I've told in my previous video. I don't know why I didn't like her before. She looked pale, and then she began to have colors during that night. Colors of determination, colors of aggressiveness, colors of leadership, colors of charisma, colors of naturalness. Yun lahat. Oh my God, I'm afraid Venezuela might win this year. Curacao, during the gown, when her face was focused, oh my God, you can see different emotions. There is strength, there is vulnerability, there is mystery, there is grace. Oh my God, how Mexico! She has the vibe of Olivia Jordan, of Olivia Culpo. And Dominican Republic, she's statuesque, she's exotic, she's beautiful. Oh my God, Philippines, Venezuela, Curacao, Mexico, Dominican Republic. They're all beautiful. Amazing beauties. Alright. So that's it. Nag-iiba-iba yung ating top 5. And I've had a lot of changes. There's a time that Venezuela and Dominican Republic is there. I don't know. Now, let's talk about the possible. Last 2 standing. It's not only the possible last 2 standing, it's also what I want to see. Let's start with USA and the Philippines. So it's going to be a repeat performance, a rematch. In 2012, everyone was expecting that it would be, although Olivia Culpo is really the face to watch that time, and she has this Miss Universe look, let's admit the fact that Miss Philippines gave a better answer. But I love Olivia. And I think she was a great Miss Universe. Another last 2 standing possibility is, an interesting last 2 standing is Italy and Philippines. The first roommates, most probably. I don't know if some of you are into pageants so much that you know some who were roommates and emerged as the last 2 standing, then just comment them down below. And I I would appreciate it that much. Another one is Venezuela and Philippines. It would be the very first time, I think so, that Venezuela and Philippines would hold hands and wait for that mind-boggling result. USA and Philippines are both Filipinas as well, so that adds fun to that possibility. What else? Colombia and Philippines, Venezuela and USA. They've been there so many times and I want to see a repeat of that. Thailand and Philippines, India and Nepal, because they're neighbors. And then Cambodia and Thailand, they are neighbors as well. Who else do you want to see as the last standing? Please comment them down below. Okay, so let's talk about, as fast as we can, about my choices. Dominican Republic is a summa cum laude. New York University, Bachelor in Psychology and Latin Studies. With that resume, she will give a good fight to if she enters the top 5. Colombia, Azarela is great, sophisticated. USA and Puerto Rico are both strong. They have strong features as well that connote strong leadership and qualities. And experience-wise, Puerto Rico has represented Florida at Miss USA, I think 2020 or 2021. Philippines, beautiful face, charming. What else? Philippines, beautiful face, charming, unfiltered, legit beauty, a natural stunner, the charisma, and if Miss Universe would choose the face of Miss Universe 2022, absolutely it would be her. Thailand, determined to win, supported by the fact that a Thai woman owns the Miss Universe organization now. That's additional points to her chances, but basically she performed very well during the preliminary competition. Her performance was clean, particularly in the swimsuit competition. Spain, all natural. She also gives a youthful vibe to the competition. Curacao, elegant, confident, giving one of the strongest performances during the preliminary competition. If she didn't make the cut, she would then be the El Tocuyo awardee for this year. Venezuela, strong, commanding presence. I would like to reiterate that. Yeah, that's all. I just immediately fell in love with her. I think she could be a good Miss Universe. You know, Miss Venezuela. It's not only her. Most of the candidates coming from Venezuela, their moves are well calculated, well balanced. The training is seen in their performances. Most of the times they are on point. They know when to smile, they know when to strike, they know when to pause. You know, that's Venezuela. Portugal is a goddess and she is also experienced. She joined Miss Earth. Australia is... who else? Australia, I like Miss Australia. She's very charming. She's got a fit body and she showed some muscles during the swimsuit competition without so much effort, without intentionally doing it. Who else are in my top 16? Aruba. I inserted Aruba into my magic 16 with a little doubt. I'm afraid she would do another Miss Romania. Remember Miss Romania, who was a stunner 2 years ago, competed at Miss International and placed second runner-up. She was beautiful. She looked like, I think, Carmina Villaruel of the Philippines, but a little morena, like that. I have written it here, but I just couldn't find it. Bianca Tursin, and she lost at Miss Universe, while everyone was expecting that she would be there in the top 16. I'm afraid she might follow that same path, and at the same time, I'm considering her because she did a wonderful performance during the preliminary round. It wasn't as classy as he would anticipate to a future Miss Universe, but it can never be denied that she did a wonderful performance, one of the best. Netherlands, I liked her body. I think it's her body that would pave the way for her to enter the top 16. You know, that confidence that she exudes. Angola, well, I think she's beautiful. I think she's one of the prettiest faces during that night, not only to the women of color, but, you know, to all candidates. Okay, that's it. Cambodia. She speaks good English. She speaks sensibly. Great styling. Her gown was something different, something unique. The colors and design of the dress remind you of Ria Mori of Japan. And she is an underdog. She comes from a non-powerhouse country, but she was very brave. She was very competitive, confident, all smiles. Looks like Miss World of 2013, our very own Megan Young. Look at that, she's just sophisticated. I like her. I hope she makes it to the next round. So, that's it. Thank you very much. My top 16 in correct and exact order is here, and I'm about to unlock it to show it to you, beautiful people. Ladies and gentlemen, my top 16, my top 5, and my new Miss Universe.